Hey Yogi, welcome to my channel. My name is Alina, and today we have a quick short class where I'm going to show you 6 poses that I do daily to maintain my flexibility. Get on the mat, grab a couple of blocks if you have them. If you don't sweat it. And before we start practicing, make sure to like, comment, share, and all that stuff. I'll see you on the mat in a couple of moments. All right, Yogi, welcome to the mat. We're about to dive into 6 yoga poses that I literally do every single day to maintain my flexibility and to help me prevent any kind of injuries that are very, very common when you are in the fitness industry, in the fitness world. Now, first of all, though, with every single stretch that we do, we need to prepare as well, okay? So 2 out of 6 stretches are going to be for the upper body, the rest are going to be for the lower body. To prepare my upper body, I always just start with a couple of cat-cows. We're going to do this right now together as well. If you're with me on the mat, just drop your belly down and then exhale, push away from the floor. Kind of round your spine here. You can move a little bit side to side if you want, and really just do it for yourself. Do it at your own pace, feeling your upper body separate in the shoulder blades, pulling them back together, just so that you're not going into crazy deep stretches without any kind of preparation. All right. Now, once you are ready, the first thing that I do every morning is going to be a fish pose. Now, for that one, you do need a block or a book or a bolster, whatever you feel comfortable on. And you can start with a block being the lowest at the lowest setting. You're going to put your block a little bit lower than your shoulder blades so that your shoulder blades are hanging off of the back of your block. And then you're going to let your upper body just melt into it. Your legs can be straightened, can be bent. You can butterfly your knees if that feels comfortable for you. Now, when this feels like it's not enough, and if you do it consistently, well, your progression will be just basically to put the block a little bit higher. And if you need any support for your neck, for your head, you can put a pillow. You can put another block. I'm actually going to do that right now. You can put another block underneath your head. So this is your supportive fish pose. And again, this is the first pose that I started my morning stretches with. Maybe you can put the hands behind your head. Ooh, that feels so good, actually. That feels absolutely amazing. And as you kind of melt into it, you'll notice how you get deeper. You probably can see how I'm getting deeper into it right now. My head is starting to touch the floor, just body settling into the stretch, opening the heart. And personally, I like to stay in it for about 2 to 3 minutes. You see how you feel. This is a pretty deep stretch to start with, so definitely make sure that you're easing yourself into it with bolsters, with blocks that are set up a little bit lower, and then you can try and progress if you're not feeling the lower settings. All right, let's move on. The second one, and that's an important one for me, as I'm battling a little bit of a shoulder injury, I do the shoulder stretches, the external shoulders, the external shoulder, it's not an external shoulder rotation, wow, I can't even say it, but you get the idea. You're gonna send the arm out and bring it in line with your shoulder, whichever arm you're working on, and then you're gonna roll on top of that arm. So you probably will not be able to roll super far, and that's okay. From here, scoot your hips forward. Now, because as you roll, the angle between your body and your arm becomes smaller, okay? You want to make it wider again. So scoot your hips forward a little bit more. You will be able to roll a bit deeper. I like to bend one or both legs here. This does not come right away, right? So again, you have to ease into this. Bending your knees and putting the feet down is kind of a progression here. So start slow, see how it feels. And again, every stretch, personally, I like to hold them for about 2 to 3 minutes. If you have that kind of time during the day, go ahead and do it, but also just a couple of moments in each of the stretches is going to be enough. make sure to get out of them very, very slowly and very lovingly towards your body. And then I'm gonna do it on the other side just to keep the balance and make sure that I'm not all crooked and weird after teaching this class. Straighten the other arm in line with your shoulder, maybe a little bit higher, and then roll yourself. Again, scooch the hips forward and possibly roll a little bit deeper into this. It feels so good. Feels so yummy. And also opening your heart, opening your shoulders. And when you're ready to get out of it, make sure to always get out the same way you got in and take your time. A lot of times, getting out of a stretch is actually harder than getting in. From here, you are gonna get yourself out and you will probably feel like you have a whole new upper body happening here. I definitely do. All right, the rest of the stretches are for the lower body. I do 2, 3 single leg and 1 that is for both sides. So for the lower body, again, like I said before, we always want to prepare our body for any kind of stretches. The first thing I always do, I use my blocks and I just roll from a lunge into a half split. This is something I do pretty much in every one of my yoga practices. If you've ever done any of my classes, any of my vinyasa classes, I should say, most likely you've done this movement with me. So it feels good. It opens up your hamstrings. It kind of says hello to your hip here as well. And just take a few moments to do this movement before you get into your lower body stretches. When you feel ready, since I just opened up my left side, I'm just gonna keep showing you everything on the left side, but make sure when you're practicing, you wanna do both sides, of course, otherwise it's gonna feel really, really weird. Your first is gonna be your lizard lunge. You have options here, right? You can put the blocks and put your hands, put your forearms on the blocks. You can forget about the blocks, put the hands or forearms down on the floor, right? Whatever progression feels best for you. You want to feel comfortable though. None of the stretches are designed for you to feel like you're killing yourself. Now, as to how you want to set it up, just make sure that from the upper body, whatever is touching the floor is always aligned with your heel, right? Otherwise, you're not gonna get a hip stretch. You're gonna be feeling something completely weird, right? This is not the kind of lizard lunge that I want you to be in. Make sure your knees over the ankle, the elbows, if you're down on the elbows, are in line with your front heel. If you're up on the hands, the heels of the palms are aligned with your front heel, and that's gonna get you nice and deep into your hips. All right, the second one I do is going to be a one-legged forward fold. I like to break up a little bit the hip stretches or the hip openers with something else. So the second thing that I do for my lower body is for my hamstring, right? Just a one-legged forward fold. Now, in my vinyasa classes, I always encourage you to bend your knee, bring the chest to your thigh, grab the foot and push as hard as you can. For this daily maintenance stretches, I like a little bit more gentle approach, and I just like to relax my lower body, relax my leg, let kind of the toes fall out, and just relax my body over. Now again, realizing that probably you will not be able to go all the way deep right away, grab blocks, grab blankets, grab pillows, whatever you want to put underneath your forehead, and just allow your body to settle in, right? You do not have to make it look a certain way. You do not have to make it look like anything. Just kind of throw those images out of your head and allow yourself to feel whatever is going on. When you feel ready to get a little bit deeper, you can let the block go a little bit lower and maybe even lower. And maybe eventually you will be without a block. And if you need a further variation of this, make sure to drop a comment. I'll let you know how to do this. Now, this is my second lower body stretch. The third, and you probably already know where I'm gonna go with it because it's my favorite pose ever, that's gonna be a pigeon pose. I'm gonna bend my left leg. I'm gonna straighten the right leg all the way behind me. The glute is lifted. the belly goes down. You can use your blocks for support as well. I have a whole tutorial on the pigeon pose, so if you want to go ahead and check it out, make sure to look through it just to make sure that you're doing this pose correctly and you're opening your hips. And then when you feel ready, you can gently get yourself out of it. So I do these 3 stretches for obviously both sides. I'm not gonna level it out on the right now, just so that we do not waste time, right? It's not my personal practice right now. Your practice is yours. As I mentioned before, I'm gonna keep mentioning this. Ideally, you want to hold these poses for about 2 to 3 minutes just to let your body settle into them. Now, the last but not least pose that I do every morning just to maintain my flexibility, I'm gonna straighten both legs out. Notice how my legs are not really going that far out, right? I'm not really in a middle split here, and just unfolding forward. Same thing, you don't have to go super far, right? In my vinyasa classes, I encourage to bring the hands in front, start pulling, start pushing, and really engaging. This is not that kind of practice for me, right? If you want to put the block underneath your forehead, underneath your hands, you can do this. Relax your legs, relax your feet, let your head drop down, let your body completely melt. And when you feel that your body has opened up enough to lower the block down, right? Or maybe you start with 2 blocks stacked one on top of the other. You can remove 1 block, you can lower the block down, and eventually you will find yourself with your belly probably somewhere around the floor, but don't push for it. Just let it naturally happen. It feels so good. All right, Yogi, I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope you'll give this little routine a try. It's a full body. Make sure to prepare your body before you go into these deep poses, just like I showed you, and let me know how it goes for you in the comments. Thank you so much for staying with me. Namaste.